The Nightingale and the Rose. When sacrifice pretends to be love, love never asks for blood. Love never demands a price, but the ego believes everything must be paid for. That is why the nightingale dies. That is why the rose is stained red. And that is why the whole story turns into a tragedy that masquerades as romance. The ego's thought system cannot tell what is best for anyone involved. It does not know what is best for the rose. It does not know what is best for the nightingale. It does not know what is best for the young man. It does not know what is best for the professor's daughter. And it does not know what is best for the symbols it worships. The rose, the jewels, the performance, the meaning. The ego cannot guide anyone because it begins with a false belief. It believes something must die for something else to live. That lie runs the entire dream. In the story, the red rose cannot appear unless a heart bleeds. A thorn must pierce a chest. A life must drain away so a symbol can bloom. This is the ego's gospel. This is why people say, "I would die for my country." This is why lovers say, "I would die for you." This is why martyrs say, "My pain will prove my love." But love does not need proof. Love does not need payment. Love does not need a corpse at its base. The nightingale believes love is better than life. But that is another ego trick. Love is life. They cannot be separated unless you believe the body is your identity. So the nightingale lays her breast on the thorn. She releases her life so a flower can turn red. She offers blood to a tree that cannot tell her the truth. And the truth is simple. No one asked for her sacrifice. No one needed her death. And the young man never loved her, never understood her, and never heard her. He heard books. He heard philosophy. He heard his own loneliness and his own fantasy. But he never heard love itself. The professor's daughter never wanted a rose. She wanted whatever the ego wanted that day. Sometimes it wants flowers. Sometimes it wants jewels. Sometimes it wants attention. Sometimes it wants status. It changes every 5 minutes because it does not know what value is. It does not know what it wants. And the young man falls for it. He thinks the girl's desire is stable. He thinks her word is permanent. He thinks her request is holy. But the ego's desire is water in a clenched fist. The moment you close your hand, it slips through. That is why the rose is useless the next morning. That is why she says it will not go with her dress. That is why she prefers jewels from someone else. Because the world does not want love. It wants symbols of love. And symbols must be constantly replaced. Once the rose loses its meaning, the boy loses his chance. Once the sacrifice is forgotten, the martyr becomes irrelevant. Once the desire shifts, the lover becomes disposable. This is the nightmare of specialness. Specialness always asks, "What can you do for me today?" The young man believed he could earn love. The nightingale believed she could purchase love with death. The rose believed its value came from suffering. Not one character understood that love asks for nothing. Love is whole. Love is shared. Love is free. And love never requires a body to be wounded so a feeling can be proven. Here is the real tragedy. The nightingale's blood creates a rose no one appreciates. The boy offers a gift no one wants. The girl rejects the rose because the ego only values what shines today. And the student throws the rose into the gutter. A cart crushes it. The symbol dies just as the bird died. This is what happens when love is tied to form. Whatever comes from sacrifice must eventually be sacrificed itself. The story is not about unrequited love. It is about mistaken love. It is about believing love must hurt. It is about confusing bleeding with giving. It is about worshipping symbols and ignoring the hearts that tried to give them. And in the end, when the rose is gone and the girl is gone, the student returns to metaphysics. Not the metaphysics of truth, but the metaphysics of the world. The metaphysics of logic. The metaphysics of the mind that cannot feel. He goes back to his great dusty book. He goes back to the world that killed the rose. He goes back to the lie that love is impractical, but the truth stands untouched. Love did not fail. Specialness failed. Sacrifice failed. The ego's idea of love failed. Because love cannot be found in a rose that bleeds. Love can only be found in a mind that remembers it cannot lose. The Nightingale and the Rose is not a love story. It is a warning. A warning against the belief that something must die for love to live. A warning against the belief that someone must bleed for someone else to feel worthy. A warning against the belief that symbols can replace connection. A warning against the belief that sacrifice is holy. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. And the moment love is tied to suffering, it becomes something else entirely. That is the holy paradox of giving and living love. The gift is never the rose. The gift is never the blood. The gift is never the performance. The gift is the love that needs nothing. The love that costs nothing. The love that loses nothing. And the love that asks nothing. Because what asks for nothing is everything. End.